What could they be? Obviously, you have home inspection, pest inspection,
Sure.
well, septic, radon maybe in some cases.
Absolutely.
Could you talk about what each of those costs, and then we'll get back to the EMD.
Okay, sure. So, a regular home structural inspection, depending on the size of the home, because it's usually around the square feet is what they price it at. So you could be anywhere from, $500 on up to 1,000. I'd say probably the typical is probably around the 700-800 mark for a regular mechanical structural. I always recommend if there's a basement that you're getting a radon. Radon is natural gas that comes up that could cause cancer, so it's very important that you find out if it's high, that they're getting that mitigated prior to them moving in. The other thing is the termite, which is usually required for if it's an FHA loan or a VA loan, and that's probably around $75, that sort of thing. So if you're getting into like well and septic, this morning I had a client that's scheduled. Now this one was a little more expensive. It was $1,400 for the two, but he wanted the more. It was more in detailed, like with the actual water testing and that sort of thing. So it can get very expensive. When you start doing all these tests and depending on what you want. But again, it's going to be. It's almost. Whatever the deal is going to determine. Like, for instance, I was saying about this client, spending more. Well, it's an as-is deal. It's going to be a renovation loan that you and I will be doing together. So they want to get, they're willing to throw the money at the inspections because they need all the information that they can get so that they know exactly what it's going to cost them, within reason, of what it's going to cost them at the very end.
Right, and those are important, and as you alluded to, some of those inspections are required on the lending side, some of them are not. For me,